One danger falling sheep for April 2005. Meanwhile, Norman Price tries to conquer Pontypandy Mountain. He finds himself stranded in a ledge with a fallen lamb. To twist off fate, 6 April 2005. Meanwhile, Station Officer Steele takes Norman Price and Mandy Flood potholing, but he soon ends up in a tight spot. Meanwhile, firefighter Annie Morris got a grease gun. But until fireman Cridlington a grease gun in the face. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam, I'll get you in trouble, will get clean face washing up. Because Station Officer Steele Miles is away out of your sight. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. Tries to get him Station Officer Steele. 3 A Real Live Wire, 7 April 2005. Meanwhile, Mandy Flood thinks a squirrel will be a good pet, but its taste for electrical cables causes a fire. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. 4 Bug-Eyed Boy from Venus, 8 April 2005. Meanwhile, Fireman Trevor Evans tells the children that there's no such thing as little green men from outer space. I don't believe that. He searches bit nonsense. Meanwhile, Norman Price is determined to prove him wrong. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue and stop him. 5 Bath Time for Dusty, 11 April 2005. Meanwhile, scruffy dog Dusty is chosen to be the fire station mascot, but first he must have a bath. Dusty is not keen in the idea. 6 Neighborhood Watch Out, 12 April 2005. Meanwhile, Mandy Flood, Sarah, and James decide to start a junior neighborhood watch scheme, but get rather carried away. 7 Twitchers in Trouble, 13 April 2005. Meanwhile, Fireman Trevor Evans is looking forward to his date with Dilly's Price and decides to take her birdwitching. However, a fire at Trevor Evans' birdwitching hide ensures that the date is hotter than planned. 8 Carnival of Junk, 14 April 2005. A rubbish stick proves to be a trap for the unwary James, but then the recycled rubbish becomes the centerpiece in a Caribbean-style carnival. Meanwhile, Mandy Flood is sick, having chicken pox, least things getting worse. 9 Mummy's Little Pumpkin, 15 April 2005. Halloween is scarier than normal after Norman Price leaves his pumpkin lantern unattended. 10 Joker Soaker, 18 April 2005. To everyone's horror, Norman Price has a new toy and dash a Joker Soaker water pistol. Meanwhile, Station Officer Steele Yellow Pant in the wet. Meanwhile, Norman Price, this is not funny. 11 Fit for Nothing, 19 April 2005. The firefighters are training hard to appear in the Wales Fittest Firefighters calendar. It's a competition to see who is the fittest. It's very dangerous. Thunderstorm. Sarah was stuck in the fence at Pontypandy Mountain. Fireman Cridlington jogging is going faster and faster. He crashed into the chair. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. 12 Deepwater, 20 April 2005. Meanwhile, Mandy Flood and Norman Price get into deep water when they go hunting for treasure. But until Mandy Flood, the ground gobbled me up. Meanwhile, Tom is going your help. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue soon to find out what happens next. But until Jupiter fire truck is stuck in the mud, this is terrible happening. Meanwhile, firefighter Annie Morris have a problem. Jupiter fire truck is stuck at Mountain RD. Oh no. So meantime, Fireman Sam take care into Venus. 13 Beast of Pontypandy, 21 April 2005. A black beast has appeared in Pontypandy and Wooly has disappeared. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. 14 Pizza Palaver, 22 April 2005. Meanwhile, Bella is as sick as a parrot when a bird's nest falls down the chimney and into her new oven. But until Norman Price's mouth is burning up. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam glass water quick as can. Scene Fireman Sam that Norman Price takes in a part of fire service. Meanwhile, Station Officer Steele is seen what was going on. Meanwhile, Fireman Cridlington cooked spaghetti. Not until Fireman Sam in my face. Now Bella's Pizza Palaver must bin soon. But until Bella's cafe chimney is on fire. Meanwhile, Trevor Evans is called in the phone. Everyone out, I'll call fire brigade. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. 15 Fun Run 25 April 2005 Today in Pondicherry, a fun run has been organized for charity. Unfortunately, Norman Price's cheating ways put James and the other competitors in danger. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. 16 Trouble and Squeak 26 April 2005 Meanwhile, Norman Price has taken the school mouse home to look after. Unsurprisingly, it escapes and causes havoc when both Rosie and the mouse end up stuck in Bella's chimney. But until Station Officer Steele hurt his foot. But Fireman Sam got especially very careful on this. Watch out behind you, golf balls, Station Officer Steele beforehand gets in big trouble. 17 King of the Jungle 27 April 2005 The Tarzan-esque jungle cry of Norman Price raises the alarm when the twins get caught in a blazing haystack. 18 Norman's Invisible Friend 28 April 2005 Meanwhile, Norman Price invents a fictitious friend to get double helpings of everything. 19 Hijinks 29 April 2005 Meanwhile, Norman Price uses a power pipe to help his witches deliveries. 20 The Case of the Licorice Shoelaces The 2nd of May 2005 Someone has been stealing shoelaces from Dilly's shop and the prime suspect is Norman Price, but not surprisingly, he isn't to blame. He sets out to prove his innocence. Shop on fire at Dilly's Price General Store. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. 21 Fiery Finale The 3rd of May 2005 There's a talent show in Pondicherry and Norman Price is searching for an act. But whatever he tries, computer Trevor Evans pours cold water on it. Finally, when Norman Price tries to play Fireman Credington's electric guitar, he is asked to leave the stage. Meanwhile, Norman Price's eyes alight in a comic featuring Lasso Kid and he decides to delight the crowd with his roping skills. However, Norman Price's rope tricks soon lead to a fire. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. 22 Birthday Surprise The 4th of May 2005 It is Fireman Sam's birthday and everyone is preparing for a surprise party for him and Norman Price has to keep him away until it is time. 23 Firefighter of Tomorrow The 5th of May 2005 Meanwhile, Norman Price wants to be a fireman when he grows up, but he can't wait that long. This episode shows clips from Joker Soaker, Twitchers in Trouble and Beast of Pondicherry. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam comes to the rescue. 24 Fields of Fire The 6th of May 2005 Meanwhile, Norman Price and Mandy Flood discover that smoke gets in your eyes when Dusty disturbs a campfire. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam coming to the rescue. 25 Let It Snow The 26th of December 2005 The roads to Pondicherry are blocked with snow. When the villagers face a Christmas without a tree, one brave soul meanwhile Norman Price decides to try to get one. As a result, meanwhile Fireman Sam ends up having to rescue him. 26 The Big Freeze 5 April 2005 Meanwhile, Norman Price raises everyone's temperature with the bed he builds for his pet lamb Willie. That's all the Fireman Sam 2005 series episode opening titles. I'll see you next time when we do the Fireman Sam old series opening titles from 1985 to 1994. Thanks for watching, smiley face.